Hey, I'm Hunt, and this is Hunt on LSU, your channel for LSU Fighting Tiger football talk. Enjoy the video. We want you to leave a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe right below the video. Enjoy.
Now, let's get things rolling in a way that I honestly did not anticipate getting them rolling today. I was prepared to talk LSU in Florida, which we will. I was prepared to talk LSU in Kansas State, which we will. I was prepared to talk about Saints and Browns, which we will. But we got to talk about what's going on Twitter right now. And On3 continues to post these stories, and you care about these stories. It's very evident based on views on Twitter and impressions on Twitter, and then the views that we get and the clicks that we get and the questions that we get from you all day to day. It's all really anybody has talked about over the last couple of days, and it's Bryce Underwood, and it's Michigan. And I got friends texting me, and you're probably texting your friends and sending screenshots. So we got to react to it. This is On3, which reported earlier today that Michigan is prepared to offer Bryce Underwood $10.5 million over 4 years to flip his commitment from LSU to Michigan. I did basically this exact segment 2 weeks ago, and my stance has not changed from 2 weeks ago. The number has changed from Michigan. My stance has not. And I want to dig a little bit deeper into why we know what we know and why Michigan is doing what they're doing. Because Bryce Underwood has been committed to LSU for over a year. Over that time, he has made almost 10 trips to Baton Rouge on his own dime. You know how many times he's been to other campuses in a recruiting capacity? None. It's not that tough to get to Ann Arbor from where he is in Bellevue. Right up the road, 30 miles. Has he done that to visit with Coach Sharon Moore? No. Has he been to Michigan's campus plenty of times? Sure, absolutely. Been there to watch teammates play, been there for camps and workouts, been there for visits early in his high school career. It's the hometown team. But has he taken Michigan seriously in a year? There's nothing to suggest that he has. You listen to the guys that cover recruiting, Shea Dixon, Billy Embody, Sonny Shipp, Mike Scarborough, like whoever it is that you look at. No one has suggested that Bryce Underwood has taken a lot of phone calls from the Michigan staff or scheduled a trip up to Ann Arbor to go over things. He's all in on Baton Rouge. What has Bryce Underwood said? Well, I want to go to LSU. Well, NIL is part of the deal, and we understand that, but it's not going to be about the money. It's about relationships. It's about development. Well, his relationship with Joe Sloan is fantastic. His relationship with Brian Kelly is fantastic. And LSU just developed a quarterback that's setting the NFL on fire right now. And Michigan can't complete a pass. They're terrible. They're 500. Nothing that was established over the Jim Harbaugh period appears to be still intact. The players are gone. The coach is gone. The offense is gone. The winning is gone. But they got $10.5 million. So toss it afloat. I just don't see any relevance in this story. I understand that On3 has paid Nakos and some of these guys and formed a Twitter handle just to deal with NIL, and that is their job. Their job is to deal with recruiting. Recruiting is largely impacted by NIL. This is the number one player in the country. It would be negligent of them in terms of what their business model is to not report this as news. However, I don't even care. It just doesn't matter. I think if they said, Bryce Underwood, we got $120 million, he would go to Michigan. And I also don't think that Michigan is offering 10.5 and LSU is offering $25,000 a year. I think that Bryce Underwood will be taken care of quite nicely in Baton Rouge to play for and with the people that have developed Jaden Daniels and have Garrett Nussmeier through 6 weeks really playing great football. So I just don't care about this story. And it just doesn't make any sense why this is breaking unless Michigan is just trying to save face. Because I don't have NIL amounts on any other recruits in this cycle. I have no idea what Harlan Berry's getting. I have no idea what DeCorian Moore got from Oregon. I have no idea what DJ Pickett's getting from LSU. I could go, I don't know. None of this information is around. And we're getting specified numbers from Michigan. And that's not coming from Bryce Underwood. That's coming from the Michigan collective to the folks that cover Michigan recruiting. Well, why are they telling them that? The only thing that I can think of is that Michigan staff, amidst a horrible season, is attempting to save face with its fan base. Hey, we tried, when in actuality, you probably didn't try hard enough. Because that had to be done a year ago, 2 years ago. This has to be a save face move. And we'll see how this plays out, because the very, very, very likely scenario is that Michigan is publicly declaring how much money they're offering a player who won't drive 30 minutes to go visit them or sign with them and will fly across the country to go play for LSU. And then you've got to deal with a bunch of signees in your class like, man, y'all had all that money? $10 million? When do we get some? And then you've got players on Michigan's team that are going, well, you had $10 million earmarked for Bryce Underwood. Where's mine? Well, if you don't pony up, because I know you have it now, I'm leaving. Ohio State's paying a lot of guys. This just doesn't appear to be sound strategy from Michigan's part, to me. Keep in mind, like, this is the only part now that I'm fixated on. I'm fixated on why is Michigan doing this, not, oh my God, Bryce Underwood's going to go to Michigan. He's not. And trust me, if he does, all this is on recorded. Beck can play it back. You can go to YouTube and click it. Go viral. Moron Homer Baton Rouge radio guy brushes off $10.5 million for 18-year-old. Looks like a moron. You can write the headline. I'm very willing to stand out on that limb. Because nothing Bryce Underwood has done or said would suggest that he's even close to taking this offer. He goes right to his Instagram handle when this is posted and puts up an LSU jersey. He was in Baton Rouge last week with a gold chain on, being applauded by the LSU fan base. He knows what coaches he wants to play for. He knows what school he wants to go to. It's why he doesn't look at the other options. And Michigan just continues to fire away on social media, which is completely unnecessary unless you're trying to save face. It's not going to help you save face, and it may cause you more problems in the locker room when that time comes. To me, and I continue to say this, I said it 2 weeks ago, I say it today, this is a nothing story. Nothing. I don't besmirch On3 for running with this. It's literally their job. But as a consumer, I would just tune this out. And I've got friends of mine that are so plugged in, not on what recruits are doing, but they pay attention all the time. And they're all petrified. And I'm just sitting here going, not me. I don't see this at all. You know when flips are coming. When guys visit other places. You start to read the tea leaves. Like, I think there's a good chance that there are two guys in this LSU class that could flip to South Carolina and Ole Miss because they've been visiting those places. Because they're still corresponding with those coaches. Because LSU's starting to get a vibe that might not be great, and that's just that's pretty obvious at this point. Underwood's just not in that camp. So I guess good job by the Michigan Boosters for putting a bunch of money together and blasting social media away, but you may be causing more problems than you know by doing it. And me, if I take my Hunt Palmer show hat off and just put on my I hope LSU wins football game hat on, I'm not even reading this, not even clicking on it. It's just a non-factor. I'd rather hear more about LSU Kansas State playing basketball than $10.5 million going to Bryce Underwood, theoretically. I'd rather know about the fact that LSU baseball is on the number one class in the country, or what Florida's injury situation is at quarterback coming up this week. This is a nothing burger to me. And I'll be very disappointed, but I will willingly come here and tell you I was an idiot if Bryce Underwood bails on a year-plus commitment and all the things he had said and goes to Michigan for the bag of cash. I'll sit right here and do it. Chair's not going to move. Mike will still be right here. As long as Beck hits the buttons, we're good. So I just, it's a nothing burger to me.
Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.